concept of acceleration is really not a difficult concept to understand. Acceleration is when velocity changes. And in this project, this video is going to introduce a project in which the question ultimately is going to become, how much distance do you need in order to go from this velocity to this velocity if you accelerate at a particular rate? The concept of acceleration in a nutshell is that you have a velocity and that velocity changes. Either it speeds up or it slows down, and the thing that speeds you up or slows you down is acceleration. Acceleration either causes the velocity to change in a positive way, or some people would call it deceleration would cause the velocity to change in a negative way. That's it. That's the concept. Now, the thing that makes acceleration a little bit tricky is where you can see position changing. You can see a toy rolling across the desk, or you can see a car driving down the road, or you can see a runner going across the track. It's much, much more difficult to notice that velocity is changing, because if something's going 40 miles an hour and it accelerates to 42 miles an hour, you really can't see that very well with your eyes. We can experience acceleration, and we have always, anytime we're traveling in a vehicle, we have a little thing on the floor called the accelerator. You push that down, it causes the velocity of the vehicle to change. So you can feel acceleration, but to be able to stand back and watch it is a little bit more complicated. And that's where acceleration becomes a little bit more abstract than just changing position, which is the rate of position change is velocity. Acceleration is very analogous to position change, where the final distance something is from a origin is the original distance plus the change in distance. The final velocity is the original velocity plus the change in velocity. So there's an analogy there in the math, but conceptually it's just a little bit more abstract than the change in position. Because as I said, we can see a bicycle going down the street, but it's difficult for us to see the velocity changing from, say, 45 to 40 or from 45 to 50. It's much more difficult for us to see, even though we may be able to feel it. So that's where we're going with this. The ultimate question is going to be, do you have enough distance? Do you have enough distance to reach this velocity if you're accelerating at this rate? So that's where we're going. It's going to be a great activity, a great little project, and the videos and the class content and everything should prepare you for that. So let's get going.